Good evening and welcome to another exciting show of G-Sport Live. I've got news for you. This is our final episode for this season. It has been an exciting one. What a ride we have been in. And I will be closing off the season with the person that I started the season with, Kass Naidoo. Thank you for joining me for this special episode, Kass.
What a journey it's been.
Oh, it has been so amazing.
Do you remember the first time?
I do. It feels like yesterday.
Time has flown by. I felt that with the campaign. And I think it happens when there are so many things that happen in a campaign. So nominations open, closes, judges, all of that happens. And then there's this big explosion, as the award was. Someone phoned me today and said, it's 5 days later and it still continues on social media. I said, well, the party continues because winners love winning.
And that's the thing about the G-Sport stage, is that it's a constant winning feeling where we are so excited and we constantly uplifting each other. So it's 1 point from a power of recognition and just going to another. But before we go into all the chats of the Momentum G-Sport Awards, let's just go into regular programming for now. Let's firstly go into our leading weekend news, and then we'll get a word from our superstar content lead, Celine Abrahams.
everyone, G-Sport content lead Celine Abrams here. What an exciting time it has been for us as the G-Sport family. Over the past few weeks, we have been preparing for the 2022 Momentum G-Sport Awards, and last week, Wednesday, it all came to light. It was so incredible to see individuals come to the event to celebrate and honor one another and to make sure that we continue to advance women's sports across the globe. It was incredible to see some familiar faces, but also good to see rising stars come out to own their success. As our theme this year was to unearth new icons and new role models on the Momentum G Sport Award stage. And that is exactly what we did. We unearthed new icons, and to see them come out was really great. And we hope that everyone who was at the Momentum G Sport Awards went out motivated and inspired to continue paving the way for the next generation.
Celine is right over there. We definitely did unearth new icons. Laura van Niekerk walking away with 3 awards. How amazing was that? And what does that mean to you, seeing someone like her who wasn't really looking forward, didn't have a great season last year, but this year she was just like, I'm coming for it all.
Yeah, and I thought she made a really good point about putting this triple win into context, and that's it was 11 years in the making. And so often you have this burst in a year and everyone's like, oh, it's the year of Laura van Niekerk, but she's gone through her seasons of highs and lows. She didn't really expect to be such a big winner on the night. She was just looking forward to looking like a princess and being among the stars, and really I think what Laura's achieved has been phenomenal. But it's also the finalists who didn't go on to win their main award that walked away feeling really pumped up to go on to achieve greater things. Did you get that feeling?
I definitely did get that feeling. And, you get from past winners such as Akona, who just won the Style Star Award, and she said, I'm coming back for more. But then those who were just finalists, Adumi Hlako, who was just has been so excited about just being part of that experience. And I think it's one of those that is so inspiring, where you get to see that it's not about winning, it's more about the recognition itself. It's the fact that you were recognized. But how are you feeling in this conclusion of the awards?
I think for the first time feeling really fulfilled. It was a real challenge coming back after COVID for an in-person live event. So we were pre-recording for 2 years. The energy was so intense the entire day. I could feel it from everybody. Like, guys, we're going live. Is everybody good? You mentioned to me Mahloko, and for me, she's the breakout red carpet star of the Momentum G Sport Awards. I think she's going to go on to get great things under her belt, both on the court and off the court. So there's so many things that are playing in my mind, and I haven't actually got back to so many WhatsApps. And I know everyone's been messaging me, and I haven't gotten back because I've just been watching the timelines. And what the timelines are telling me is that we don't recognize people enough. That if a night like this has been so profoundly game-changing for the industry, what more do we need to do? And I'm too tired to think about that. I know that, but every now and again I go, we could do that, or we could do that. So that's what's come out for me, is just the potential, the opportunities, and that we've got to keep things fresh because women in sport deserve the best. I think everyone felt like a winner, and one of the presenters will remain unnamed, but basically she sent me a voice note. She said, listen, I didn't get an award, but I felt like a winner. And then I was thinking, why is it that? And I think it's because of all of you in the newsroom, and it's everyone on the events team and Gigi and everybody that's getting involved, making everyone feel like a winner. So when you go off to Lynn and get your dress, and then you go off to Adele and have your makeup done, and you walk on stage and you present an award, you feel like a winner.
Oh, I won't lie, I felt like a winner.
You were a winner. I mean, amazing. And I think everybody in different environments won, but to be able to get into those environments and smash it, I think those are the moments that I'm holding on to at the moment.
No, that was such an amazing experience. And I can imagine the amount of feedback that is pouring in, because like you said, it's just been 5 days, but it seems like it's just going on and on. And yes, the rest of us here at the G Sport newsroom, we are definitely going to be streaming the timelines. We're just giving you time to breathe, but we are about to blast you. But Kass, what has been the feedback about the awards?
The feedback has been pretty phenomenal, and I think it's mostly because a lot of newcomers were at the awards on Wednesday. I was quite tough with the guest list. I know a couple of people are a bit unhappy that they weren't at the event, but you can't come to G Sport Awards every year.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So there are a lot of new people who have come and they've said, I cannot believe that this night exists. We've been dreaming and talking about it, and here I am with my daughter, with my mom, and there's so many different stories that came out of the event that told me that people need more celebration, more moments to reflect on their journey. One of the women that came out to represent a recipient said the last time she felt that elegant was 29 years ago on her wedding day.
Sure.
So you may think it's frivolous to get dressed up and go walk the red carpet, but what we're essentially saying is this is the picture. This is the picture. This is the night of the stars. This is what we build towards for an entire year. I'm not surprised there's so much celebration of these awards because it takes us an entire year to build and execute carefully this plan of celebration. It doesn't happen in a few weeks where you put some chairs together and get everyone together.
Yeah.
It's a mountain of work that goes in. It's why all of us are so exhausted. We're literally on WhatsApp falling asleep having conversations because it takes a village to get this together. So the feedback, which I'm still streaming through, and I actually like feedback that's not good as well. If someone hasn't had a good experience, I want to know why. I haven't had any of that yet. But the winners that have been waiting a long time, that's been my best feedback ever. People that have been nominated, shortlisted for years, never won, and finally they've won.
Oh, that is such an
Best
amazing
story ever.
experience. I know, and it's like you said. It takes a year, but for you it took more than a year.
Yeah.
This is the 17th year of you going through this, and I love how you started this where you said it's the first time you feel fulfilled. It was a really fulfilling night. We were able to go through and feel like stars. I mean, even those of us who were at the G Sport newsroom, we were there working, but we felt like
dressed like stars, by the way.
superstars.
They were also dressed like superstars as well. But that was the feeling, right? It was brand new for us to have the newsroom out at an event. So that was a brand new experience, to have live stories out on YouTube at the time the event was happening. I mean, SABC News had a camera there. Super Saturday had a camera. Newsroom Africa. It was this crazy night, really, from a closing the visibility gap perspective. The media coverage secured just on that night.
Yeah.
It was just next level.
It was so beautiful to watch, and just seeing all the finalists and the guests who were being interviewed. And, this is where people can actually come in and take those lessons of why are we not honoring women enough? Why are people not feeling that recognition? Azuzi, for example, she has started this journey in 2009, and this was the first time she actually got that recognition. And those are the things that we look forward to when it comes to the Momentum G Sport Awards. So with that said, how would you say that you feel about the overall power of recognition theme this year?
I think we lived it this year. We spoke about it a lot last year. I think as a team, we spoke about how we want to honor the power of recognition. This year, we truly honored the power of recognition. So a couple of examples. Ashiko Magisha coming out from Uganda to represent the squad. That was amazing. Champion winner coming out to be on the red carpet. First non-South African to hold that title. So I thought that was great. But there were just so many opportunities throughout the campaign where we honored the power of recognition. What has really stood out for me is that as women, we don't value ourselves enough. So no matter how much I can recognize you, Babsie, if you don't feel good about yourself, you will always question whether I really meant it or did you just hear it? And I think we've got to validate each other more. Yeah. And that's why I like the power of recognition is we keep validating. So the Hall of Fame event was so powerful because the former winners are like, why are you calling me back? I won 11 years ago. Why am I here? I won 14 years ago. Because we value the journey, we value you, and the power of recognition is really about everyone's played the role in the journey. I wonder where we're going to go with it because it's something that's become quite significant in terms of the journey. But I think there are going to be certain people who have never valued themselves before and now sitting and looking at that trophy or the certificate or photos or videos or whatever it is from the night and saying, I actually am worthy.
You know, guys, FYI, I feel like that's a personal jab towards me.
It's a sub to all of us.
But you know, the power of recognition for me personally as well, going through this journey, especially this year, I think what you like doing in pushing us into the deep end, you pushed me into the deep end of recognizing myself, owning my abilities, and being proud of them, and just walking, you know, the stage. I can't believe it took me being live on Supersport to actually realize that I'm actually good at what I do. And no, it wasn't being on Supersport, but that was a great added extra.
Until you get the opportunity and you're able to test your skills, you always wonder about how good you think you are. And I think that's really important to remember, is that as an initiative, G Sport gives opportunities. So yes, we push you in the deep end, but we also have a safety net. You probably didn't feel it because you weren't sinking. I think you would have felt it. But grab opportunities like this, because you can only feel more worthy if you're testing yourself all the time. And every time you fail fast. You know, people say like, oh, fail forward, fail fast, meaning like accept your mistake. And so often we don't accept the mistake. We wonder, we think, accept the mistake and move on. So what you've done is you've grabbed this opportunity. The power of recognition has been, I think, challenging for all of us, because we've had to step up in different ways. Both you and Celine, totally out of your comfort zone, gone there. And then how stunning was Julia? I think, and I've said this to Julia already,
She was amazing.
Probably aesthetically the best looking MC on a Momentum G Sport Award stage that we've had. That gold dress was literally next level,
looked
right?
Like royalty.
But yes, okay, let's put that aside. Her skill level as a host, as a live host, it is almost unmatched. She just has the ability to remain calm, be funny, keep the show going. We absolutely love Julia. I think the bar continues to be set higher and higher. I think it's going to be a challenge whoever comes on to host next year and the year after. Someone asked me already,
No
who's in the
pressure.
G Sport 18 presenter squad? I'm like, I need a break. I need to just think about this for a minute. But I just kudos to Julia. Well done to Leanne Ditloff. My kids actually have said she has an AI voice. Is that an AI voice? And I'm like, no, it's not artificial intelligence. That's a real voice. So what a great presenter squad. Just amazing to think what the power of recognition has done for this campaign.
And now tying it back into what the title sponsor has been pushing for the past few years, and especially for the last 2 years, hashtag she owns her success. I saw that merge, you know, go in so perfectly with the power of recognition. How have you seen it play out on the G Sports stage, as well as the power of recognition campaign?
She owns a success, a very special campaign for us. I think it's because it speaks directly to the work we've always done. And so when we partnered with Momentum in 2019, it was just a match made in heaven, really. It was love at first sight. Everything we speak about, they speak about. We almost use the same language. And what was so special about this year is she's going for it again. And if you think about every woman in sport at the Momentum G Sport Awards, we were all going for it again in different ways. You're going for your dream. Everyone was going for it because you've done it before, but you're going for it again. I really appreciate Momentum for how authentic and sincere their campaign is. I think for women to stand by women is so powerful, and we do it every single year. I know Nontokozo absolutely enjoyed the event, and her words were so powerful.
Looks stunning in that money
always
green.
does. I mean, she is the money shot, isn't she? But what the words she spoke, the equal pay for equal play, all those things. It's not just about the hashtag; it's the power of the words behind the hashtag. So we love Momentum, naming rights partner, but more than that, just family, really.
No, they definitely are family. And just thinking of this G Sports stage, you earlier mentioned that people keep asking, why do you keep calling me back when I've won so many years back? So for the winners, this year's winners, what can they expect? What type of support can they expect from, you know, the G Sport newsroom, as well as advice for those who did not win?
Yeah. I think as a winner, you're going to probably find that we are your personal stalkers going forward, because if you're participating, we're going to report on you. If you're writing a book, we're going to talk about it. We're with you throughout the year of your reign as the winner of whatever the category is. So if something has happened in your career, if something is going to happen, if you're flying somewhere, if you're raising funds, reach out to the G Sport newsroom as a winner. If you haven't won and you've ended as a finalist, what is the greatest fuel required to win? The fuel of rejection. Because that's how you probably feel that you haven't won. But it isn't actually rejection. It's the next level of your accomplishment. You will find so many people who have shot up into the shortlist of 3 who were probably never spoken about before.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're a finalist. And next year they could go on to win that category. We've seen that before. I mean, Des Ellis, obviously she was shortlisted a few years and never won the Coach of the Year. And we were all like, oh my gosh, Desiree is not winning. And then the first year she won, she actually took a jab at us. She said, oh, it's my first one that I've won. It's not easy ending as a finalist, because you've got to go and do some deep introspection. But I say get closer to the G Sport initiative. Find out more about what we're about, what you can do, how you can get better at what you do, because it's such a great community. So whether you've won on the stage or you've ended as a finalist, family is family, and we're here for the good times and the not so good times. But it's a great time for women's sport, and we should be with each other every step of the way.
And it is definitely a great future for the G Sport as well as women's sport. If you missed it, I don't know how. Let's just take a recap of an amazing night of the 2022 Momentum G Sport Awards.
Welcome to the Momentum G Sports Awards 2022 in partnership with the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. Now we're coming to you live from the Wanderers Club in Johannesburg, South Africa. The night where we're going to shine a spotlight on the countries and continents' most sensational women in sports is finally here.
This year's awards are brought to you by Momentum and supported by Telkom, SuperSport, Sasol, Imperial, Mail and Guardian, Nielsen Sports South Africa, and Brand South Africa. Join me in welcoming an incredible force in her own right. Kass Naidoo is the founder of G Sports, a sport journalist, and South Africa's first woman cricket commentator. Let's welcome to the stage, Kass Naidoo.
The Momentum G Sport Awards wouldn't be where it is today without our naming rights partner. And I often say we cannot say enough about Momentum. Thank you to a woman I know all of you admire deeply, the Group Chief Marketing Officer of Momentum Metropolitan Group, Nontokozo Madansela. We can give her a round of applause. She's always championing our cause and encouraging women in sport to boldly own our success. So thank you to Nonto. Also here this evening are representatives from our proud Momentum G Sport Awards partners, SuperSport, Telkom, Sasol, Imperial, Nielsen Sports South Africa, Brand South Africa, and Mail and Guardian. And with your support, as you've seen, we've been able to grow this platform to the level that it is today. We could continue to bring and blood new stars, and it certainly wouldn't be possible without the likes of Momentum. We are so deeply grateful for corporate support. Have a great time. Remember to tweet a lot, take a lot of pictures, and if you're winning tonight, walk slowly, own the moment. Good night.
To deliver a message from Momentum, please welcome to the stage Nontokozo Madansela, Group Chief Marketing Officer, Momentum Metropolitan Group.
Can we just give Kass and her team an incredible round of applause? Year after year. Why is it that despite the brilliant performance of our women's sporting teams, they are still lacking when it comes to funding? The world is currently solving big problems. We are solving climate change problems. They're solving wars, viruses, complex crimes, but the issue around funding for women athletes remains unsolved. This big problem requires fair and conscious leadership, gender-aware leadership, socially conscious leaders. We need a world where sponsorship portfolios are viewed through the gender lens. We need a world where for every 100 rand that is given to male athletes, at least i-50 randinyana goes to women in sport. We need a world, on a serious note, where media owners do not question if the numbers are there, but instead they seek to participate in growing and investing in women in sport ahead of the numbers. We need a world where supporters at home understand their importance, the value in balancing the playing fields, and start showing support through their attendance and eyeballs. Let's not wait for the numbers. Let's create and grow the numbers together. I don't think this future I have imagined is impossible, but we need the CEOs, the CFOs, the CMOs, the media owners, and members of the general public to do things differently. Thank you.
Next up now, we're going to welcome the Honourable Minister Nathi Mthethwa to deliver the much anticipated message from the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture.
As government, we are steaming ahead to pass the Women in Sport policy, which is aimed at equalizing the playing field for both men and women in sport in this country. My sincere appreciation to all the sponsors and all those who have worked tirelessly to put this event together. And I must say that sponsors who are sponsoring women in sport, they are our heroes. They are our heroes because all of them, without exception, they didn't look at the numbers. They committed themselves to build the numbers with the women in this country. And through that, we are going to see our sport going stronger and stronger in the country, because with women, we know we can lean on a very strong shoulder. Thank you very much.
Volunteers are the backbone of amateur sport, and this long-serving individual of any gender selflessly gives their time and resources to help raise the profile of women's sport in South Africa. The Volunteer of the Year is awarded to such an individual.
In the category Volunteer of the Year, the finalists are...
Our winner for the Volunteer of the Year is Shamila Sulanam.
One of the greatest challenges in women's sport has been the exclusion of women in sport leadership. We're finally seeing a change. More women are being recognized. The Federation of the Year Award recognizes a sports federation that has made the greatest strides to grow women's sport commercially and include women in leadership positions.
In the category Federation of the Year, the finalists are...
Okay, the Federation of the Year Award goes to South African Sport for Physically Disabled.
The Supporter of the Year Award honors an individual who goes out of his or her way to fuel the success of our sportswomen by pulling weights to ensure that their favorites get across the line.
In the category Supporter of the Year, the finalists are...
Iwiniwe Nakedi Kata.
The Nielsen Sports South Africa Sponsor of the Year Award is reserved for a commercial sponsor who has exceeded its competitors in supporting women's sport during the year under review.
Nielsen Sports South Africa Sponsor of the Year, the finalists are... Hollywood Bets, Investec, and Sasol.
And the winner is Hollywood Bets.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't expecting this. Thank you, G Sports, for this amazing platform to celebrate all the women in sports. I'd like to also say congratulations to the finalists, Sasol and Investec. You guys have been really involved in women's football for a really long time, and As the speech earlier, us as sponsors, we need to really know the importance of, changing lives of women in sports, and it is our duty to do so. So thank you so much and enjoy the evening.
People serve the game for years and often receive no recognition. Perhaps they never have the opportunity to boldly own their success. This award pays tribute to those who work tirelessly behind the scenes in women's sport.
In the category Special Recognition, the finalists are...
And the Special Recognition Award goes to Dora Buyelwa Mungwego.
Good evening, Minister of Sports, Kass, all the sponsors, all the finalists. Thank you so much. It has been a long walk to this recognition. A very long walk, Mr. Minister. I am so nervous. I am so emotional. I am so grateful. And thank you to all the sponsors.
It's time now to induct someone into the G Sport Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame inductee for 2022 is Marianne Maresha. Talented former hockey player Marianne Maresha is known as one of the best hockey players never to have represented South Africa due to apartheid. In spite of the obstacles before her, Maresha has gone on to coach the next generation to greatness.
The Women in PR and Sponsorship Award recognizes a woman in the public relations and sponsorship space who works to build the brand and business of women's sport during the year under review.
In the category Women in PR and Sponsorship, the finalists are...
The Women in PR and Sponsorship Award goes to Maputi Hlako.
The Mail and Guardian Woman in Print Award recognizes a woman in print who is excelling in her environment and using her position to create powerful content about SA women in sport during the year under review.
Mail and Guardian Woman in Print, the finalists are...
And the winner is Mpumi Manisi.
Goodness me, it came sooner than I thought. Jeez, to God be the glory. I'm so grateful for this. Thank you, G Sport. Thanks to the Sports Ministry. Thanks to Momentum, all the sponsors, people who voted, my family, Far Post, for allowing me the platform and being the only woman writing football for the publication. I'm truly thankful for that. And yeah, thank you so much.
The Woman in Social Media Award honors a woman who uses her social media presence to enhance the profile of South African women in sport online.
In the category Women in Social Media, the finalists are...
And the winner is Jessica Nkomo.
The Woman in Radio Award is received by a woman in sport who's using her voice to promote women's sport content on radio and who demonstrates a convincing edge as a radio journalist during the year under review.
In the category Woman in Radio, the finalists are...
And the woman in radio is, take a guess, Katalo.
This award recognizes a woman who's successfully broken into the male-dominated world of sports television. This woman also uses her platform to create powerful content about SA women in sports during the year under review.
Supersport Woman in TV, the finalists are...
The Supersport Woman in TV Award goes to Nono Taba.
Wow. 15 years of doing this, and this moment finally comes. What an honor. Thank you so much, G Sport. Thank you, Momentum. Thank you to all the sponsors that are involved. Thank you to everyone who voted for me. And before the music comes, there's no way I won't thank my husband, because I need to go home, right? Thank you to my parents who took me to TV school.
even though they didn't believe in the work that I'm doing. They were like, who has ever succeeded in that field? Thank you for believing in me. Thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for loving me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm filled with so much gratitude. This is such a win for every woman behind the scenes. There's a lot of us, we work hard. And there are some of us who are working here tonight, bringing this production to you. Thank you.
This award is reserved for a vibrant South African woman in sport who's become synonymous with a leading sense of style and elegance. She serves as an inspiration to all women in sports who aspire to grow and build powerful personal brands.
In the category Style Star of the Year, the finalists are
The Style Star of the Year for 2022 is none other than Amanda Dlamini.
The Coach of the Year award recognizes a coach of any gender who has made a significant impact on women's sport during the year under review and who is actively involved in growing the careers of South Africa's leading sportswomen.
in the category Coach of the Year. The finalists are
Coach of the Year winner is Desiree Ellis.
This award goes to the Banyana players, the Banyana staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes, but it also goes to the South African Football Federation, who had the faith in us as women to appoint us, but not only appoint us, also support us. To Cecil, I'd like to say a big thank you, because football would not be where it is if you were not around.
Now, our next award recognizes a team of South African sportswomen of any age who have excelled as a unit during the year under review.
in the category Team of the Year. The finalists are
Coach Des, come fetch your award with your team. Congratulations, Banyana Banyana.
The Telkom Woman of the Year award is reserved for a formidable woman who contributes significantly to the growth of sport in South Africa and who leads the way in breaking boundaries and opening doors for other women.
in the category Telkom Woman of the Year. The finalists are
The Telkom Woman of the Year is the lovely Bongi Msomi.
Oh my gosh. Thanks to God, I have to start like that. I'm nothing without him. G Sports, Kass, you guys are amazing. Momentum, we wouldn't be here without you. Thank you, Department of Sports. But I have to say, I'm a very family-based athlete, and I have my mini family at the back, and there is the Rock fam at the back. And in saying this, when I win and when I get opportunities, a lot of women win. When I got nominated here for this award, I hate being nominated because then you start panicking, thinking you're going to win or not. I got so excited though, because I knew that everyone who knows me and who knows me and netball knows that I don't do everything for myself only, but I do for so many out there because that's me and I just love the sport. I have though my mom sitting there, Netball South Africa, Madam President. I know we didn't get the federation, but your work is evident. So thank you so much for all your work. Thank you, everyone.
The Imperial African Woman in Sport Award seeks to honor a woman who is impacting sport on the continent and going the extra mile to raise the profile of women's sports in Africa.
in the category Imperial African Woman in Sport. The finalists are
Congratulations to Akona Makalima.
I am shaking. Wow, I've never been this nervous. As if I'm going to blow my first whistle at the Africa Cup of Nations. First and foremost, obviously I have to thank God for this wonderful opportunity and the talent that He has given into me. And I would like to thank Kass, your team, all these partners that are making point that women in sports are being recognized. Momentum, you're just amazing as well. So thank you so much. I would like to thank my family. My sister is right at the back looking beautiful. Thank you so much, Mtaka Mom. I also want to thank each and everyone who voted for me. Thank you so much for my friends. I also thank the South African Football Association. I see you, Minister. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone is following your award. I've also been recognized by the Minister this year. So our job as match official is also being recognized. The music.
Now, the Sasol Global Women in Sport Award seeks to honor a woman who is impacting sport globally and going the extra mile to put women's sport on the map internationally.
In the category Sasol Global Women in Sport, the finalists are
The Sasol Global Women in Sport Award goes to Lara van der Kerk.
Wow, where do I start? Thank you, Kass. Thank you, G Sports. It's just amazing being here tonight, seeing all these beautifully dressed women and seeing all these beautiful smiles. And just congratulations to all the girls being here tonight. It's amazing being amongst you all. I mean, you're amazing. And just thank you to my coach. We are and always will be a team. And lastly, to my parents and my boyfriend who's sitting there. Your support means the world to me. Thank you.
One of the best ways to successfully grow women's sport is to nurture young, bright talent. The SuperSport School Sports Star Award recognizes a young girl in sport, aged 18 or under, who has excelled athletically. She's seen as a role model to the youth and is on her way to greatness.
In the category SuperSport School Sports Star of the Year, the finalists are
And the winner is Lisedi Kuno.
I just want to say a very good evening to the special guests and most special finalists. I just want to say thank you to my parents, my mom who wakes me up in the morning, and to my friends, everyone who's been supporting me ever since the beginning. It really, really means a lot to me. This is just the beginning.
The Brand South Africa Para Sports Star of the Year is awarded to a South African para athlete who breaks records and dispels myths about people living with disability during the year under review.
In the category Brand SA Para Sports Star of the Year, the finalists are
The winner for the Brand South Africa Para Sports Star of the Year is Anrune Veyers.
Oh, wow. I think I've been crying the whole evening. Everybody had spoken. It spoke to my heart that we celebrate women. So thank you, Kass, and thank you, G Sport, and all the sponsors that made this evening so special. You all look fabulous, and I really want to honor God for my career. I really thinking I retired last year, but like listening to everyone, I was like, damn, I'm missing out. But what an honor it was to represent my country and run with God, and really I want to honor him for the 11 years I had the privilege of representing not just myself, but so many women that are disabled. And I really hope that I path the pathway. And I want to thank my family and my husband as well, that have been supporting me and really making sure that I grew up in a house where I was treated normal. And when I fell, they were there to pick me up. And I really want to encourage and tell them that I'm proud and I'm honored that they are the reason I am who I am today. So thank you for them.
8 years ago, the department demonstrated its commitment to women's sport, dedicating 5 Ministerial Recognition of Excellence Awards to the G Sport Trust. Since then, we have seen women's sport steadily rise in prominence. We applaud the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture and the journey that's led us to this night of recognizing these exceptional sportswomen. The Ministerial Recognition of Excellence Awards are reserved for outstanding women who have excelled in their respective fields. Now, our first awardee tonight is, our second recipient tonight is, our third award of the night goes to, now our fourth recipient is, and our last award goes to, congratulations to all of you for your Ministerial Recognition of Excellence Awards. The Momentum Athlete of the Year award goes to a South African sportswoman who's excelled at an international or senior level during the year under review.
in the category Momentum Athlete of the Year, the finalists are
The Momentum Athlete of the Year goes to Lara van Niekerk.
Hi everyone, I'm back. I just want to say thank you again. I didn't come here today thinking I'm going to walk away with 3 awards. So I'm honored and super happy about it. And then just thank you to everyone who voted for me and who believed in me all the way. I mean, it's been 11 years of swimming. It's not just the last year. So thank you so much.
Congratulations once again to our swim sensation, Lara, and thank you, Minister Mtetwa and Miss Maronsela, for handing over the Momentum Athlete of the Year award. The power of recognition is indeed the catalyst that will close the multitude of gaps that still exist between men and women's sports. Congratulations to all our winners tonight, and importantly, congratulations to our finalists. When the G Sport Trust first hosted these awards 17 years ago, what we see here tonight was just a dream. Along the way, G Sport found partners who walked beside us and supporters who cheered us on. Tonight, we honored the best of our women in sport. Tonight, we celebrated the incredible accomplishments in women's sports. This has been the 2022 Momentum G Sport Awards. These are your winners, the class of 2022. It has been my absolute pleasure to host you tonight. I'm Julia Stewart. Thank you for watching. Congrats to all the winners and good night.
Oh man, what a great flashback. I promise not to tear up on air. I mean, what a great event that was. What a way to see women being honored and just feeling beautiful and feeling seen. And that's what the power of recognition is all about. And that's what G Sport is all about. Telling women's stories, celebrating women, your journey. Every step of the way, we are there to cheer you on, to tell your story, to get you those sponsors, to get you, and no, don't get me wrong. We are there to make sure that the sponsors are there to see you and you can get those sponsorships, closing that visibility gap. That's what the G Sport newsroom is about. And talking about the G Sport newsroom, Wednesday, our favorite day of the week, we will be having our newsletter going out. Have you signed up? If you haven't, why haven't you? Go on and sign up for the G Sport newsletter because it is only for members and it is all about the athlete issue. So all the athletes that we've been seeing being honored on the G Sport stage, we will be honoring some more and telling more stories, building up to the next Momentum G Sport Awards, which is exciting times. And then on Thursday, we have our Twitter Space Thursdays. Always tune in to the G Sport account on Twitter at 7 o'clock sharp. We go live with a new and interesting topic that we will be going into and just having chats about women in sport, advancing women in sport, how we can close that visibility gap. And finally, this is me signing out for our very first season of G Sport Live. Man, oh man, what a ride it has been. It just feels like yesterday when I stepped into the studio, and I'm looking forward to a great season that will be coming up. You guys need to make sure that you stay tuned to the G Sport platforms. And also, don't forget that, you can also find ways of how you can contribute into advancing women's sport, in closing the visibility gap and making sure that women feel seen, feel honored. I love the words that Kass said, where we need to honor each other, give each other that validation, knowing each other that we are cheering you on, making sure that we know that there's someone there to support me, someone there I can go to for that sisterhood, for that family. And that's what G Sport is about, a family where we build relationships, lifelong friendships. And I'm about to just get teary-eyed because it has been such a great journey, a roller coaster ride, so many ups and downs that you may not have seen. And that was just me, being hard on myself. And like I said, the power of recognition is all about recognizing yourself, patting yourself on the back, taking the journey, walking a step at a time, celebrating each and every milestone that you see. So excited to see what G Sport has in store for you. Sign up on all our social media platforms. We are on TikTok, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, and on Facebook. Go on and follow us and get the latest updates on, the latest of women's sport, as well as advancement in women's sports and what the activities that we are getting up to. Also, guys, our YouTube channel, press that subscribe button. We might be closing off this season, but there are other video contents that we will be going out with, and that's exclusive to G Sport. Thank you so much for joining us for this season. Until next time, I am your host, signing out, Babsie.